Hello and welcome. In this lecture, we are going to install SQL Server 2014 Express. In our previous lectures, we downloaded SQL Server, so let's pick that up. Mine was downloaded into my download folder, which is this here. So just double click to extract. You may get an antivirus prompt. Just say yes to that to allow the extraction. You are given a directory option, so you can accept the default directory, or you can browse and specify a directory where you want the files extracted to. I am happy with my directory, which is the same directory as the downloaded file. I just say okay, and what it will do, it will extract the content into a folder. So okay, so that's the folder. It's created a folder and it's extracting the content into that folder. So this can take a few minutes depending on how fast your processor is. So we have got the extracted file, so just double click to open the folder, and there should be a setup.exe file, so just double click to run that. Give it a few minutes. You might get an antivirus prompt, just say yes to that. So you have a pop-up come up like this, and you've got two options for the installation. We are not going to upgrade. We're going for a new SQL Server standalone installation. So click on this to begin. So you're given the license terms, so you need to accept it before you can progress. So click on this box that says I accept the license. This is optional, so you can turn on customer experience improvement program if you wish to. I'm going to skip that for now. Click next. You're given an option to check this box here. This lets Microsoft update your SQL Server if there are any updates. So I recommend you check that and click next. If you get an error come up like this, saying that it can't search updates, you can either click check again, or it may be that it's missing an important update, but really it's not that important. You can click the back button and uncheck that button to update it. So just click next and click next. All right, so you can see down the list here, this is where we are at the moment. So it's done some of these and skipped some. So there are some prerequisites here. There are some stuff that I've already got on my computer through Visual Studio or other applications. So you've got all the options here. What is going to install? Make sure you get everything checked. So I would recommend you just leave all the default settings as they are and click next. It's still trying to perform some configuration. Okay. Make sure your setting is exactly the same. Make sure it is checked at named instance and not default instance. Make sure the name says SQL Express. The instance ID says SQL Express. Click next. You should get this page here, server configuration. Microsoft here recommends that you use a separate account for each SQL Server service. Because this is only a training for educational purposes, I'm just going to use the default. So I'm going to accept the SQL Server database engine and click next. This is the startup type, which means it will start up automatically. So if you've got a password, this is where you will set the password. Also for that, this is where you will set the password. But if no password is set, it will use your Windows credentials, provided it's got admin privileges. So just click on next. So you're presented with this database engine configuration, and you're given authentication mode. Make sure you select this mix mode. So mix mode meaning it lets you give you SQL Server authentication and a Windows authentication. You can use both. So enter a password for the SQL Server system administrator. This is very important. It's called an SA account. So please enter a password that you can remember. And the password is for this account called SA, which stands for System Administrator. Very important. Once you've got your password entered and confirmed, just click Next. So you're given the screen for reporting services configuration. Accept the default that says install and configure. So I'm just going to accept that and click Next. You may get a prompt once the installation is complete to say your SQL Server installation is completed. You also may get a prompt to say your computer needs to be restarted. Okay, so you can click on OK to restart your computer. In the next lecture, we will check to make sure that SQL Server has installed properly and how we can download a sample database for it. All right, thank you so much for your time. Take care. Bye for now.